Let's get some perspective now from Gnaka Lagoke, who is an analyst and founder of the revival of the Pan-African Forum. Gnaka, welcome to Africa 54.
Thank you, Vincent, for the opportunity.
Yes. Now, first, were you surprised by the eruption of violence in Gabon?
No, of course, we were not surprised because it's a build-up, and the people of Gabon are fed up of the Bongo dynasty, and so they were preparing, that moment because they knew that Bongo sooner or later was going to try and cling to power.
Mm-hmm. But this was an election, and from all you can see is that it was held very openly. There was a result, and it shows that Mr. Bongo got 49.8%. Mr. Jean-Ping got 48.2%. What's the problem?
No, there is a problem because, for sure we cannot say that, we are so convinced that Bongo won fairly the election because Jean-Ping himself, a non-remorseful Jean-Ping himself, a couple of days ago, was saying that when he was part of the Bongo dynasty, under the leadership of the father, they used, to do fraud on election. That in 1993, I believe, or one of those years, that the leader of the opposition won the election, and then Bongo's father did some fraud during the electoral process. Mm-hmm. And he was saying that this one has improved, the electoral fraud, and then he believes that he has won the election. I'm not saying that Jean-Ping surely won the election, but right now it is a confusion. No one can say for sure, because it is difficult to have access, to the true result.
Mm-hmm. Now, from what you know, the history of this country and especially constitutional provisions, is there a better recourse than people going into the streets, fighting each other, building, burning?
It's not. I think that this is what I was saying in one of the shows. I believe that the irony of the Gabon politics is that to get rid of the Bongo's dynasty, the people of Gabon who organized, and then they did a pretty good job. They had to rely on somebody who was a part of the Bongo dynasty.
That's
the tragedy and the irony of politics in Gabon. But I believe that they have to be willing to pay the ultimate sacrifice for them, to really try and put an end, to the dynasty of the Gabon, of the Bongos in Gabon.
Now, Jean-Ping actually is in all ways related to the Bongo family. Mm-hmm. He has actually children with Ali Bongo's sister. So this is a kind of also a family affair, right?
Yes,
in some way.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. That's the irony and the tragedy of our politics in Gabon. But this time, something that we have to know. That it looks like Bongo as the current president, it looks like he has alienated the French because he opened up the political, the economic space over there, giving an opportunity to the Chinese. And then, in the context of the France-Afrique, that was a crime that he should not have committed. But myself, I am on the side of the people, and I believe that beyond Ping and Ali, the people of Gabon have the opportunity to charter a new path, for a better Gabon.
Yeah. Now, do you think leaders have a responsibility here to guide their supporters so that there doesn't have to be violence, but that they should believe and trust in the systems to correct any of these mistakes?
The system is rigged in Gabon. Mm-hmm. We know that for sure. Mm-hmm. And so the system is rigged in Gabon, and then we cannot say that the current president has a good faith to try and do things openly. Yeah. So people have to take to the street peacefully and try to make their voice heard.
All right, Gnaka, let's try to get back to Libreville and reconnect with Idrissa of the Voice of America. Idrissa, he's on the phone. Welcome to Africa 54, Idrissa.
Yes, thank you, Vincent, and hi to all your viewers.
Yeah, thank you very much. Now, first, describe to us what the situation looks like in Libreville today.
Well, Libreville is very, very, very tense. You heard the riot yesterday night. They continued this morning. Car burn, National Assembly partly burned. They tried to attack the national TV. They burned the National Newspaper Union. And it did not stop only in Libreville because it's expanded in Lambaréné and over cities like Port-Gentil, where they burned the mayor's office down there. And the government, just maybe 1 hour ago, the Minister of Interior did a kind of bilan of what happened yesterday. We're talking about at least 3 people killed and at least 1,000 people arrested between Libreville and Port-Gentil.
Now,
everything is closed.
Yeah.
You cannot find a gas station. They are protected by guards. People were lining up this morning to find only bread. All shops are closed. So that's the situation right now.
Yes. Now, in terms of the leadership on both sides, is there any effort to quell this riots, to stop the violence and perhaps have a better solution to this issue?
Yeah, that is the most surprising part, because the president himself, Ali Bongo, just finished a kind of point of press. You know, those kind of things. You come stand up and speak by yourself. Nobody asks questions, telling that this is the victory of democracy, and those who don't accept it, they are not Democrats. And on the other side, we have not heard from Jean-Ping. I know that before the publication of the result, he called for calm. But besides foreigners like France or UN, for the time being, I think we have not heard any calls.
In very few seconds, you're saying the whole country seems to be getting tense by day.
No, because the people are scared.
All right. Okay.
People are scared. The country is not working. Everything is stopped because people are scared. It's a kind of curfew people impose themselves.
Okay, thank you. And, Gnaka, we're kind of done. We're running out of time. But in 15 seconds, what do you think is going to be possibly the eventuality of things in Gabon?
Oh, I didn't get that.
What is going to be the situation?
Oh, no, I think that it's going to become more tense.
Yeah.
And then the people of Gabon have the opportunity, to take their destiny in their hands. And it's a hopeful sign for the entire continent of Africa, because it's going to touch Congo, Kinshasa, and we go to Togo. And then there will be like a new wind of prospect and hope in Africa.
We just hope violence stops. Idrissa, I want to thank you very much there in Libreville, and Gnaka Lagoke. Appreciate very much your perspectives.